Alright, welcome to the channel. So on the last episode I said I would weigh up all the gold from the excavator, and I've almost got it all in the crucible here. And then I can smelt it down and weigh it up and see how much it's worth. I actually had a lot of fun with the excavator. I was kind of surprised. I wish it was a little more efficient because I can tell you already there's just not a million gold in this box. But yeah, let's see time-wise on efficiency there, like which is more efficient, shoveling like I was doing or doing it this way. See, the big problem is though why I'm complaining about the efficiency so much is because with as much time as I spent in this game shoveling, if I spent that much time with this excavator doing what I've been doing yesterday, just in the last few hours, then there'd be no dirt left in the game. So yeah, I'd have to start over just to do some other kinds of mining, but then it's like I couldn't spend all the money I got. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good idea, especially with 1.3 coming out. I'd have to start from scratch all over again. So I don't think I'm going to be using the excavator anymore. I think I'm going to be starting my Goliath drill setup today. So I already had one Goliath drill set up, and I just got fed up with it because it seemed like the way I only had one filter on, so I didn't know you're supposed to have 4 filters for Goliath drills, especially since they break down so often. And so I was constantly repairing, and I swear I was, and I wasn't even on that good of dirt because I wanted to dig down from the top. But I was constantly repairing and only getting little tiny nuggets, and it was seriously like I wasn't really even making money. So I got fed up, and I recycled them, I scrapped them, and I sold. Well, actually, I turned them into a bar, which is still in my my first house on the starting property. But anyway, yeah, let's melt this bar down and see how much it's worth. So surprisingly, it took 3 crucibles for all that gold. And I've already melted one of the bars down. I've got, see, it's 2 laggy cauldrons and 1 regular cauldron. So, I don't know, like, it's hard to judge by lagginess, but it's more gold than I expected. Anyway, this is one trick I've learned. Somebody was saying use a funnel, which actually is really helpful, but it's another thing you need to learn a trick to drop it in. But this is almost as easy as the funnel. You just stand on top, look straight down, and hold the bar out in front of you. If you don't know how to hold items in front of you, you hold E for a second, and then it'll hold it in front of you. And then you stand on the lip like this, and you get it so it's like almost about half in, half out, right in the center, and then you let go, and it just falls in. And one way to know that the bar is actually in the cauldron is when you pick it up, it stays in the cauldron. So, or in the crucible, not the cauldron. I don't know why I keep calling that the cauldron. So, look at all those power gems. Wow, yeah, this is nice. This is a nice setup. It's fun. It's just like I said, I would completely be out of ground in the game if I had done this in the first place and figured this thing out right away. So, yeah, anyway, now I've got 2 mines. I've got my little Ember Town. I've got this one. And now I'm going to go set up my Goliath drill one. And that way, when 1.3 comes out, I can try them all again and see what's the best now. Because I think he's going to make some changes. Of course, I don't know if he's going to change what's actually there, or if he's just going to make new items that we have to make with the new element we're going to be digging out of the ground. But that's another reason why I don't want to go too crazy right now, is because the new element isn't coming out of the ground right now. And if I use up all the ground, I won't be able to get any of the new element. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll just end up starting a new game after all, you know, or a new save. But I really don't want to. I like having infinite money like I do. Of course, I make it pretty fast now anyway. So, yeah, I actually used, I think it was like 20K to get this place started. And then I think I sold a necklace from the first stuff I got from here for like another like 30K. And so I still have a bunch of that left, and I'm gonna go use that for starting. I think I have like 10K of that left, well, 11K of that left, which isn't a lot. I probably will need more. But I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna go start my Goliath drill factory now, mining operation now, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, now that we're back at Ember, I can weigh up this bar and see what it's worth. I still have all my 1.5 million worth of bars on there. Let's put those in the safe here, put them away. Then I got my million and Hydro coins on my little pedestal there. So this is worth 111,000. That's actually more than well, no. That's a lot less than I expected, to be honest. I mean, that's a lot. That's why I was kind of surprised at first, but it should have been at least twice that for the ground and the, well, I don't know. Okay, so 111,000, and I was mining for about 45 minutes yesterday to get that. Actually, just straight up mining. Like, I'm cutting out any of the times when I was like clearing the clogs and stuff like that, and then shoveling and bucketing. It takes me about an hour to get that, to get 100K. So, a little more than 25%, I guess. Okay, so I got a bunch of stuff here. I've dug down. If you don't know, there is water at the bottom of the third mining site. There's the ocean by one, there's a little lake by the other, and at the bottom of the third is where the water is. So I dug down to the water, I made my little staircase there, and now I'm starting to make my little setup here. This is going to be kind of a pain in the butt, doing all the running up and down over and over again, but I think I'll deal with it. Well, we'll see. Yeah, I'll try to see how bad it is. If it gets really bad, I'm probably just gonna drop or make an access point, like dig down and dig up, and hopefully I'm not too far from the surface, so that that's a possibility. And then I can just drive the truck to the hole at the surface and drop everything down. But we'll see how bad it gets, how annoyed I get. Otherwise, I got a whole lot of building to do, because now I've got a whole nother wash plant to make today. And this one isn't a simple wash plant like the one I had to make yesterday. This one has everything, because it's gonna have so many freaking Goliath drills. I need all the filters. I need the Goliath drills themselves are gonna be an issue. This is a completely different mining style than what I was doing yesterday, or what I was normally doing for Ember. Yeah, if you notice, I got repair kits everywhere, because that's one thing I'm going to be doing a whole ton of, repairing filters and repairing Goliath drills left and right. Well, yeah, that's at least now that I know we need floor filters. We need 4 filters instead of just 1. That should slow it down, but I don't know by how much. Like, watching other people's videos, it makes it look really bad, like they're just like constantly repairing and breaking down, and yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully it's not as bad as it looks and as I remember it. I've got a lot more knowledge of the game now, so that should make it a lot easier. So we shall see. Okay, we are just about ready for the maiden test of the system. So let's flip the switch, turn the valve, turn it all on, see how it goes. Sorry, I know this is going to be really loud. I have the dripping pipes on purpose. You may understand in a bit. Oh, that's already not. There we go. Uh oh. Huh. Why is they sticking? Why are they all sticking? Stuck in a hole. Oh. How did I not notice that? I must have left it on the belts. No wonder stuff is sticking. It's looking good now. There we go. Much better. Alright, so now my goal is, there's my sorters over there. See, I got it all nice and tight here. Goliath's on one side, sorters on the other, and I think now what I'm gonna do, see, this is see how the light went out? Yeah, that's why I have dripping pipes, so I can just swap them and then I fill the hole. But I don't get to fill the hole on that one because it just didn't go on for whatever reason. I don't know. See, you can see there's dirt there. You see? I don't know. But anyway, I'll figure that out later. But yeah, I want to start expanding now and see how many Goliath drills I can get on one line. Getting a decent amount of gold for just 3. I just started. This isn't bad. But once again, you know, I'll be able to check the quality of the gems. Oh, I didn't think about that. I should check the quality of the gems from the excavator site. And then I'll compare the 3 sites' gems once I'm done doing a run here. So that'll be the next episode, is I'll compare the gems from excavation, bucket, and harvester, and these Goliath drills. 3 different mining sites. Wonder how much of a difference that makes. Maybe I should just bring my bucket over to these sites and see how they compare. If I can get around the same numbers doing bucket and shovel at these 2 sites, then it should be pretty accurate results. But yeah, that's another thing to take into consideration, man. There's always so many factors to look at. Excuse me. So, yeah. These look like they're doing good. I'm going to let them finish running, and then I'm going to extend the line as far as I can get it and see how far I can push it. Because then once you know how many Goliath drills you can have on one conveyor belt line, then you can start doing multiples of that. Just do, you know, like say you can get like, I don't know, 6 on each line, then you can do 6 and 6 and 6 and 6 and have them all feed to the same harvester if you want, or have them all feed to their own harvester and then feed to the same sorters, or however you want to do it. Just do an exact copy of that and have all, you know, all the sorters and harvester again, just in, you know, the next, just like a few squares over, or however you want to do it. But yeah, I'm just trying to see how far you can push it, and then you know how far how big to make each system before you have to start making multiple conveyor lines. Alright, so I've been pumping out gold for a while now, and it's definitely different than the other two ways of mining. I think one of the biggest drawbacks is the lag. Once you got all the Goliath drills going, and like I said, this is just one string, so I ended up getting 7 Goliath drills. And even then, it's a little iffy. I think 5 or 6 would be a better idea. 7 only works if you turn on the water and then turn them on one at a time so that they're not spitting out all at once. If anything happens, like if you have a filter go bad and you repair it, then they're all going to start spitting out the dirt at once. You're going to start having issues. So I think safely you could probably just do 4 or 5. And then what you want to do is you want to have more grinders towards the most distant ones, so that they, if they hit the clods of the closer ones, then they only add a little bit. They don't make it like way bigger, you know. So you actually want more grinders further back down the line than you want closer to the harvester. Close to the harvester, I find like 2 right before the ramp up works, or just 1 every other is working really well for me. I'm doing a belt and then a grinder and a belt and a grinder, and that seems to be working really well. But anyway, so yeah, the biggest drawback of this style is the lag. It's not as bad as I thought. There's not as many repairs as a lot of the other YouTubers make it look like there are. As long as you have the 4 filters going, you just need to remember every time 1 filter goes, just repair all 4. And then that'll cut down a lot on your repairs. And when you do have a breakdown, you need a magnet. You need to walk up and down your belts with a magnet to get all the clods moving again, because otherwise they're not going to keep moving. And that goes for the sorters too. The sorters will get jammed also every time one of the filters goes bad. So there's a lot of whereas with the harvester there was a lot, or the excavator, there was a lot of upkeep. In this, there's a lot of preparing and keeping everything clean. And that might sound the same, but it's really not. So the difference is, with the harvester, while it's running, that's when you got to keep everything nice and good. The rest of the time, you don't need to worry about it. With these Goliath drills, you need to make sure that there's no clods on the system before you start up the drills. You need to make sure there's no jams in the sorters before you start up the drills. You need to fill up all the holes, you know. You need to fill up all the holes with dirt before you start everything up, because if you don't do all this before you start it up, then it'll just cause extra problems. So, honestly, I don't think I'm a Goliath drill guy. It makes money pretty fast, but I think bucket and shovel probably makes it about as fast, because you're also shoveling a lot in this. It's pretty much just exchanging the bucket for a Goliath drill, which you also have to repair. So yeah, and I think it's slower. With the amount of clods that the Goliath drill puts out, I can fill up twice as many buckets, you know. And yeah, I don't know. Right now I just don't see the point of the Goliath drill. I'm gonna keep my setup here on this mine for 1.3, and hopefully he'll make the Goliath drills a little better, or better yet, I can replace them with his new fully automated whatever it's going to be. With the I'll just make the new ingots. I don't know what they're called. He said the name of them. They're named something like Respectium or something like that. I forget now. But anyway. So when those come out, I'll make the new drills with those, and I'll probably just replace the Goliath drills. But anyway, if you really want to do Goliath drills, this is the way you do it. You just got to constantly shovel them in. You got to keep everything running. You got to keep everything repaired. Have lots and lots of repair kits. But otherwise, yeah. I'll check out the gems. That'll be my next episode from the 3 different mines, and see how they compare, the 3 different mining styles, see how they compare. And yeah, I'll let you know. But otherwise, I'm really excited. Can't wait for 1.3 to come out. I am really like amped about that, and yeah, that'll be really awesome. But the only other thing I wanted to say is I've tried a few things. I've tried filling the holes from the top. I've tried, my last mine, I tried filling them from the side. And I even tried jumping in the holes this time and filling them from the bottom. And I actually think, funny enough, That's kind of the best way. You just jump in, because the Goliath drills always go straight down. So if you jump in the hole they make and dig out the sides and fill up the bottom beneath your feet as you go, it'll push you up. It'll bring you right back up out of the hole. Except for once it didn't for me, and then I had to jump, but then that was fine. But yeah, so it'll bring you right back up out of the hole that way, and you'll be using the lowest dirt that way. It's kind of funny. You're just basically taking it from the side and putting it right in the way, and it's pretty quick. It seems to be one of the quicker ways to fill it up. So yeah, try it out yourself. See what you think. You know, jumping in the hole to fill it up, filling it up from the top. Filling up from the sides really didn't seem to have much of a benefit, other than you could start filling the dirt right at the top of the base of the Goliath drill, and then start filling it down below the drill as it goes. But since you're already having to pick up the drill and reset it, I really don't see how that's helping anything. So anyway, yeah, you know, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of my Goliath drill setup. I really don't think I improved much over what other people have done, especially since there's been a bunch of other Goliath drills videos just very recently. But oh yeah, and the other thing I wanted to say is definitely spread out your Goliath drills. Don't put one next to the other, next to the other, next to the other, unless you have some insane setup that can deal with it. I found it helps a whole ton just to space them one conveyor belt in between. Same with the sorters. Space one conveyor belt in between, and it solves a lot of your problems with them. So anyway, yeah, like I said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I love you all.